Pasecret meeting yakaitwa manje kuState House behind the closed door. Zviri kunzi VP Chiwenga vakavhura hombe hazvina 2 days zvaitika mure Zimbabwe. Tangouya kuti tikuonesei according to Isaac Komichi ndiye ari kuuya nenyaya idzodzo. Saka zviri kunzi izvoni vakomana vari mumeeting yakanga ichiitwa zviri kunzi VP Chiwenga vakazongovhunza kusvika nhanda kuvanhu vese vanga varimo mukati mumeeting yacho imomo because mamune mahigh profile mamune vanhu vahombe kusanganisira idi yanga rimo. Zviri kunzi mukanya vakavhunza vakati ko bhiu ramuri kungoti rakanakira vanhu sei imi muri kutya referendum kuti munhu angotaura kuda kwake. Saka zviri kunzi pakatombotora time vanhu vese vakanyarara pasina abvunza, but ndinoda kuti ndiverenge according kubva pascript yandiri kutora nyaya iyi because iri kunzi hanzi mukanya vakazongovhunza kuti ko bhiu iri ramungoti rakanakira vanhu sei imi muchitya referendum kuti munhu wese ataure kuda kwake. Hanzi munhu wese akati zii, ndobva VP vaindirira mberi vakati povo inoziva zvakanakira zvakainakira nezvakaishatira, saka vabvumidzei vataure zvido zvavo through referendum. Hanzi ndobva umwe ati tichaita maconsultation, then mukanya vakati consultation yenyu muchaita kuvanhu 17 miliyoni here. Hanzi pakaita 1 hour vanhu vakanyarara vachishaya kuti zvino todii. Hanzi mukanya vari kudivi repovo zvekutodaro. Saka ndo zvacho zvavari kutaura panapa kuti ndo mamirira zvakaita zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka. Mukanya vari kudivi repovo ndo mamirira zvakaita. Saka zvinhu hazvina kumira zvakanaka, zvinhu hazvina kugadzikana munyika yeZimbabwe. Takusaridza kuti tizokuonesai kuti aiwa mukanya ndo zvinhu zvavari kutaura izvozvi. Tiri kutendai chose, tichakusiyai makateerera kuvana vekudiaspora.
That I'm not trying to be silencing people, but I'm saying there comes a moment in time where some things deserve to be put, onto the sideline. Right now, there are people who are doing wonders out there. We're with the CDF. I'm seeing the work that Freeman Chari, is doing. Putting up a platform where people can go in and register. People can participate in this, platform, in whatever it is, that is happening. But this fight within, the opposition. Zrutenza kupi. Where are these fights, taking us? Twenda kupi. And what just makes me angry and sad is the fact that we are now looking at a war that is being waged by those that said they were inside. They were there when things, were happening, but they couldn't speak up at the material time when those things were happening. And they are coming out, today. And they want to be giving us some of these, narratives. And this is coming at a time when Parliament has brought out a national schedule for public consultations on the amendment, number 3. Which is something, that we really need, to be focusing on. They've given us 4 days. Just imagine the 90 days, they've given us 4 days. From the 3rd of March to the 2nd of April, just 4 days. And they're saying, teams will be moving across, the country to gather citizens' input on the constitutional amendment. And this is the one that I'm talking about. It's going to be reshaping, the architecture of power in Zimbabwe. And when we are looking at that, schedule, we are already raising, serious, concerns. When I looked at it, I just said, no, Mafanizai. Those of you, that follow me on my, that follow everything, that I post. I didn't say, I am Doma Fanizai. Why are they? We are now, We have got a population of 17 million people, about 17 million people, plus or minus. And they've put this whatever public consultation thing that they're talking about to happen within those 4 days. And the question that must be occupying us at the present moment is whether the 4 days are enough, given the population of the country. Are our rural communities being given a fair chance to be participating? Why are some provinces like in Matabeleland receiving fewer hearings than others? What is going on? What is happening? And these are the real issues that should be matter, that should be preoccupying us. We should be asking these questions. And when you're looking at all this, what does this mean? What does this mean here when it comes to the notions of democracy? That we say we are a democratic, we are a thing, a country, that adheres to the democratic principles. And yet we want to be diverted by political fights. And our attention, our full attention, wants to be taken away from the one thing that matter at the present moment. We should be a thing that should be everyone's responsibility. That thing, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is that is going to be happening with the amendment, number 3, is going to be outliving every factional dispute, that you can think of. Because the thing that we're talking about is the thing that we call the Constitution. It will outlive everything, even you and me. Leaders can come and go, parties rise and fall. We've seen that. But the amendments to the Constitution, they remain. They shape the rules of power for generations. And this is what is coming. There was one time, the space, that I had, one time when I said, guys, the amendments are coming. Make no mistake, this thing is coming. And I was right. I said, this thing is coming. And this thing is here. And what do we do? And what are we doing as a people? In opposition, what are we doing? You want to stand up today? And yet you were there when this thing, why didn't you walk away? If you were so serious, if you were there understanding that whatever it is, that is going on is wrong, why didn't you walk away? Why didn't you claim, that, a position of being, the one, who's reasonable at the time? To say good Israel, I'll never be part and parcel of this. Zimbabwean people, you're being hoodwinked here. Zimbabwean people, you're being taken, for a ride. Why are we doing this, to ourselves? You come through, you do whatever it is, that you want to do, and then you just say, "Oh, I've spoken to people, that matter," and they've cautioned me, or they've said, "Oh, don't do this." Why did you go to them, before you started to do whatever it is, that you're doing? Because you're taking people on this path here. Sound bites and everything. And then you say, "Oh, a Damascus moment, I've been hit by a Damascus moment. I'm no longer going to be saying this." or I'm no longer going to be responding, to this. Ah, come on, guys. Do we really need this as a people? Our dedication must be to the understanding of this constitutional process, identifying the gaps, that we can identify so that we can discuss the way forward as a people and empower our citizens to say go out there and participate meaningfully in this process. Yes, they've given us, those 4 days. We might cry about those 4 days, but that is not going to say that we have to abandon, the 4 days. Other measures, other things, can be done to challenge, that period. To say the period is not enough, we can do, but that does not necessarily mean that we should abandon, the process altogether. And we should be discussing zvinizvozvo. But now we want to be discussing zvinhu zvokuti zvazodai zvazodai zvazodai. That ship is sailed. Come on now. Because to me, when I'm looking at you guys, when you're doing whatever it is, I am making my own opinion about you. I know tomorrow I'm never going to be supporting you because you are not a person to be depended on. That is what you're telling me. But you should not be sidelined. You should not be making me lose focus on the things that matter. Zvinhu zviri important zvatinofanira kunge tichimhanya nazvo. I don't know whether you're trying to reshape your political careers or you're trying to. I don't know. But this is not the time to dwell on political fights. Our attention, full attention, must be to the issue that is going to outlive every disagreement that we might be having as a people within the opposition rank. Why are our folks in Matabeleland, being treated, like this? Why? Are you telling me that, in Matabeleland where there's more than 700,000 people,